Okay, there's sound now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That was crazy. I just heard myself echo. I have no idea what caused that, but it's fixed.
Yeah. Well, a few minutes before y'all called, I plugged in my headphones. And I lost my mouse and my keyboard and could not even open Windows from the keyboard. Power button did nothing, and I haven't adjusted it either. So I plugged in the headphones, and everything just froze. So I had to unplug the power from the computer and reboot.
Fun. What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. Anybody else on yet? Diecast? No.
Matt's on.
Matt. Okay.
Matt's on.
Matt's on. Matt's off. Matt's off.
The matter?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have no idea why that didn't work. Damn it. But it's fixed.
This is different.
What is it? Oh, different angle. Unless it's... what?
New shelves.
Oh, the shelves he bought. Angle. The shelves he bought at tfradio.net/Amazon. I like them. I like those a lot, actually.
Are they sturdy?
They are now.
Oh, okay. But they didn't come sturdy.
No, it actually came, like I said, I ordered 9 different sets and just made one great big one out of them. And bought some metal brackets to tie everything together really nice.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm happy with the setup yet, and I've got some other stuff to throw up there, but
I still see at least one empty cube, so
most of the bottom row as well. Yes, most of the bottom row as well.
We can't see that.
Yes.
I'm going to have...
What you also can't see is my Sharkticons that go from one side of my 10-foot shelf to the other.
Why wouldn't you have those in frame, honestly?
Because I wasn't sure what the camera would pick up.
Well, that's why you do that like on a middle shelf, so you're sure.
Like I said, I'm not sure I'm happy with the setup yet. Things may change.
Hey Matt, I got the Rangers out today. I'm sorry about the delay on that. That's
all right, but I'm going to give you such a hard time about that.
That's fine. It's it's just I try to get my. It's just Brian, are we streaming yet?
Of course we are.
Yes.
It's 7:40.
I work stupid hours as well, Don. I understand how hard it is to get to a post office.
No, it's just been a lot of drama at work lately. So
I understand that as well.
Is shipping those Rangers why you were complaining about the postage increase?
No, well that plus basically a $3.75 package now costs about $5.50.
Really?
They're $3.75 packages. What?
First class.
Some first stuff I know I would have shipped less than $4 was now running me about $5.50.
Well, I shipped a package that cost an item that cost $20 to Israel for nearly $40 a couple days ago. So
so it's that's going to really screw me up if I have to not be able to rely on first class for a lot of the lighter stuff now, or I'll have to get a working printer and a working scale and start using the online postage and print out my labels.
I love doing that. I hate going to the post office.
Yeah, but you're a lot more technologically comfortable than I am, Brian.
I know how to use tape. And I know
do you have an Office Depot accessible to you?
Yeah, we got one.
They will print you pages for 8 cents each. If you don't want to maintain your own printer, you just need some way to get the
PDFs,
get the labels to them.
Yeah, just save it as PDF.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I can somehow rig that up, and I can always go to the library and print the pages off for free.
Okay,
you can print them off at work.
No, I can't. We don't have a working printer. There's no link outside link printer. Oh. It's all internal. It's all internal on the intranet. No, I mean, I've got a printer. I just haven't used it in years because I was literally printing maybe 5 things a year, and that was BotCon information.
to fax to them?
No, I mean after they, well, before that too, but you know. So I mean, literally, I have not used that printer in probably 5-6 years, and I
don't maintain a printer at home anymore because as seldom as I need to print something, I will just take it to like Office Depot and pay the 8 cents a page. It's far more economical for me.
So if it's a PDF that I can save, I could always like email the attachment to one of my email accounts, and then go to the library and go to my email account.
Yeah, or if they will let you plug like a USB stick into their computers to print something off, just get a cheap USB thing from Big Lots or something.
Yeah.
Or tfradio.net/Amazon. They have some cheap USB things too.
All right, or I can spend $40 and get a 2 meg Cheetor.
You mean that USB? No, that's garbage.
Also, it's more than 2 megabytes, I think.
No.
It's like 8 or something.
Yeah, it's not many.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Oh, Matt, did you get my email about the Bruticus limbs being available out in the wild?
I did, but I haven't looked into it yet.
Well, he sold out. The guy you
wait a little bit. So.
Well, the guy you got your Prime from, he's got him in, but he's also the one I'm having the trouble with the Onslaught. But I don't think it's him because it was shipped, and I haven't had any problem with him from over a year. I think it's just one of the ones that hit in the Northeast during all the snow and everything, and it's just stuck in an airport somewhere waiting to be processed. But I would like to get my Onslaught soon.
Benjamin Yoon says, my OCD wishes that Matt's shelves were parallel to the video frame.
I thought the same thing.
But no, I like it like this better.
Yeah, well,
it gives some depth to the room. It makes it look like
exactly perspective.
So did rearranging the room. I have I can move now in here. It's pretty.
That's good.
I still have a lot of stuff I have to find spots for, but
I know the feeling.
For the cable guy to come in and install the fiber Saturday, I'm going to have to move a ton of crap.
You should live stream the process, Brian.
Yeah, no.
Just mount a camera in the corner of the room and just let it watch. But
next week, hopefully, the Skype call will be better. Maybe not.
Seems fine right now.
It is.
I think the weak links in this case are me, Matt, and Don.
Absolutely, I am probably
in roughly that order.
Link. Yeah. Don could at least get better internet than me if he tried.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to go to my cable company because, in fact, like I said last week, Infinity won't come down here because of the cable company. Xfinity, whatever.
That's all right. I can't get cable either.
Strictly speaking, Infinity is everywhere.
And nowhere.
No, he's on top. No, he's on top of my refrigerator.
Infinity is warp 10.
Infinity is space salamanders.
And John said he would be here tonight.
RFC now with more fiber.
Yeah.
So we are the Wheaties of podcasts.
Oh no, I can one up that. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this without getting the headset off.
Oh, we're trying to one up already?
I can hardly hear you. Your audio is low.
We're trying to one up already?
Yes. Oh, nice. That looks gross.
It is.
Well, you know what though? You know what you can do though, Chris. If you have that or you have all brand, you can make delicious all brand muffins.
My mom used to use all brand to make cornbread, which admittedly wasn't 100% cornbread at that point, but same recipe.
Dad used to love all brand muffins, and the whole family did. And Mom would do them with like all brand. Oh, with warm and with butter. Oh, they were so good.
Well, I have to hand it to you, Don. That's one of the least disgusting food memories you've shared with us that I can recall.
Oh God!
So points for that.
Yeah. I mean, the grilled cheese with syrup is pretty standard, except for the syrup part. But I mean, it's very good. And just don't do like my dad did. I'm going to tell a story of my dad. Mom was out traveling, and I wanted pancakes. He wanted pancakes for once. But we had no pancake mix. So he thought oatmeal will work the same as pancake batter. So he tried using oatmeal as pancake batter.
This sounds like a sitcom plot, Don.
Even the dog would... Granny, our old blue tick hound, who was 17 at the time, turned her nose up and walked away. That dog didn't turn anything down, and she turned her nose up and walked away. So that was not one of Dad's best culinary experiences. One of the best things he ever did was we had 1 pack of deer venison left in the fridge, and he got some noodles and some tomatoes and that venison, and made like a noodle goulash with the venison. That was really good.
Sounds interesting.
So, this week, Toy Fair speculation. Next week, we're going to do a feedback show. So, people in the chat, we're going to just throw the show to the chat. I was going to do...
Next week, though.
Yeah, next week. And I was going to do Toy Fair speculation the day before Toy Fair, but it occurred to me, or the show before Toy Fair, but it occurred to me that nobody would actually hear it until after Toy Fair, based on download trends.
Plus, and what is there left to speculate about?
That's the thing.
That's the speculation.
You're wasting good material, Matt. So hold it.
Yeah, but
how do you know he's
cross
not
your legs
right now?
No, but also if we get any leaks, which I hope we don't, but if we get leaks,
Don, you're wasting show material. Go back to talking about bad things your dad cooked.
Oh, well, there wasn't that many. The oatmeal pancakes.
From what you've told us so far, it sounds like he didn't really have much cooking experience.
Oh no, he did. It's just he just didn't cook that much, and mom did most of the cooking, and she liked cooking.
It just seems like you want pancakes, you find you don't have anything to make pancake batter with, which in itself is kind of alarming because who doesn't have like flour around? But then you switch to French toast or something.
Yeah. Well, my dad was, he was in his mid-60s when he passed away, but he would have stuff like, he didn't like syrup, he liked Cairo.
It is syrup. It's
just disgusting syrup.
Not traditional syrup, but Cairo.
Okay, so anything you buy is pancake syrup these days, and for the last 25 years at least, it's corn syrup with artificial maple flavoring.
Yeah. Okay,
so it's exactly the same thing as Cairo, it just has one added ingredient to it.
Yeah.
Yes, something to make it taste good.
Well, let's just say to make it taste, because otherwise it's just, sugar substitute.
Yeah, he would eat potted meat on crackers, but that's when he was hunting. He would always have that when he was hunting.
I guess that's excusable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he would always do Cairo and butter on biscuits.
Could he not tolerate honey?
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is, my mom's father, my grandpa had about 12 or 15 hives, so we had plenty of honey.
They have ointment for that, Don.
Yeah, so we really got tired of honey there after a while because Grandpa really, really gave us a lot of honey.
That's my favorite way to have biscuits, actually, with honey and melted butter.
Mm-hmm.
I want some biscuits.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Don.
Well, I remember, just telling stories. It's, every year for my birthday, Mom would ask me what I would want. I always tell her the same thing: a Jell-O no-bake cheesecake. It's easy. I love it. It's simple for her. It was nothing major, but she wanted to do something small anyway. Well, one year I said, okay, I saw something in a restaurant I wanted to try, a punch bowl cake, because it seemed to me that would be very simple. It's just fruit and cake and whipped cream. No, apparently you have to layer everything in the bowl, layer by layer by layer. She said, son, I love you, but don't ever ask me to make this again. So that was the one and only year I had a punch bowl cake for my birthday.
My dad's mother like when Thanksgiving would come around, Easter, sometimes Christmas, it kind of depended. That kind of got switched off. Like for a week at least, leading up to day of, would just be nonstop cooking, baking, dessert making, all that. Like she would have so much stuff, and you should like all the Jell-O varieties she would make too. She spent the most time on that. Like even the simplest Jell-O she did was a layered Jell-O, where she has to do like 1/8 of an inch, let that set, put another layer on top of that.
Yeah.
And, it was insane the amount of effort she went to, but like that's just the way. That's how it has always been her whole life. How she always did it, and she just kept doing that. Some years, my aunt, her oldest daughter, would take over doing one or both of the holiday get-together hosting. So then it would be on her instead. But whenever my grandmother had it at her house, it was just like days and days of just nonstop cooking, preparing all this stuff. It was a lot of fun when it got to that final day, but like I felt so bad for her, all the stuff she was doing, and she wouldn't let anybody help her either.
That was my mom. If she's cooking, you do not go into the kitchen unless you're cutting through to go to the carport. Other than that, stay out of the kitchen. But it's my aunt does a really good. My cousin wound up being allergic to gluten, and so some of the stuff she's had to go gluten free on.
So your cousin has celiac disease.
Yeah, but see, for years they thought he was just lethargic, low iron and all that. But then they finally diagnosed it as that. So, but she's been using a couple of different brands of the gluten free pasta, and it's pretty good when in certain things.
I like spaghetti squash. If you've never had that, that may not be gluten free, but it's not pasta though.
Yeah. But she'll do up deviled eggs, half with Hellmann's or Duke's, and then half for those of us that like Miracle Whip.
That's gross.
Yeah, I would recommend not making deviled eggs. I'd recommend not making deviled eggs with Hellmann's anymore, because Hellmann's has changed its formulation some, and it doesn't keep as well when mixed.
And last year for Christmas, she made a pecan pie, which I love pecan pie. She made a pumpkin pie and some blonde brownies.
Ew, blonde brownies are gross.
And
wouldn't they be yellowies?
Yeah, but it's like a. It doesn't taste like cheesecake, but it looks like if you made it out of cheesecake.
It's John D's.
Okay, so I have something we can talk about that's Transformers related, but not in the notes.
Okay.
Did everyone get their Transformers email today that says how Transformers brought two people together? I didn't read it. It was like Thor and Amanda. The guy's name was Thor.
What are you talking about?
I got no.
I'll send it to you.
I think Diecast is having those delusions again.
Is this press release that came through?
No, it wasn't a press release, but it was an email from Transformers.
No, I didn't get anything, so...
I remember this being a lot better than this. It's clearly Canadian wild cherry.
What is it? We can't see, remember?
Clearly Canadian sparkling water. Wild cherry flavored.
Gotcha.
I remember it being really good.
I just sent it.
I don't have anything either, Diecast. Because if Brian had got it, I think he would have forwarded it to us.
I normally don't.
I just thought it was a generic Transformers email, and I figured everyone would have gotten it. It was like new product. It's like, it shows off the power of the primes.
I think it came through the same mailing list if you sign up for the Hasbro Toy Shop coupons.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't
do that. Yeah.
It talked about movie masterpiece, Ironhide, and then a Transformers love story.
So
okay, yeah.
So sorry to these people, but Don got his Headmaster RC, and they didn't cover that.
That should have been what this was about. It could have still been called a Transformers love story. It's just Don gets his Headmaster RC.
Don would like to tell you about this Headmaster he got.
I get that reference. Okay.
Let's see.
But they look like Transformers fans. I mean, I may know that guy.
I mean, how many Thors can there be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
I would think they would call something a little bit more generic sounding than Thor in that case.
Matt, I like the new setup.
Thank you. I'm not sure on the camera angle yet. I don't have a spot for everything, so I literally can't move the TV any more than this right now. So
it looks very
pretty much the angle I've
from
got.
this angle.
How much time did you actually spend getting all that done?
There's John.
Well, I did it while watching NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble over the weekend.
Wasn't the last half of TakeOver so great?
It was pretty good. But it took these are easy. It just screws together.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like infinitely stack them.
Yeah.
So that doesn't take long at all. And then like I went the extra mile went out and get metal brackets and screws to make it one big unit. But it wasn't. That didn't take long. It took longer to put stuff on the shelves and clear out room for the shelves.
And so you built your house recently, right?
Well, a double wide, but yeah.
What?
I parked it on my basement, but yeah.
Okay, so like my house is 72 years old, so none of the floors are level, so I have to get things that are one big piece. Things that
yeah, well, that's the problem with prefabricated homes is nothing ever ends up straight or level either. Like the wall behind it is bowed, and there's some shims underneath shelves.
Prefabs are awesome, though. My buddy Mark's home is amazing, and you would never know that it's a prefab.
Well, he must have got a good one then, because I know exactly what Matt's talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I've been meaning to ask.
Depends on how many bumps down the road they hit.
You're not wrong.
And where you're putting it, which is kind of a problem with my
area. Also,
West Virginia,
it depends it depends how well they prepare the area they're setting it down on too, which a lot of outfits will not do properly because it takes effort.
Hey, John, did you get Dragon Ball Fighters? I didn't ask.
Yeah, I got it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I like tinkering with it.
Yeah, it's fun and it's different. I hate how much I like it.
Are you doing the story?
Yeah. That's all I'm
like
doing.
2 hours in? I heard the story mode is like up to 20 hours.
Yeah, I'm like, it says I'm 25% of the way through it, so.
I mean, I like it so far, but that's some serious story mode for sure.
And I'm not bored with it yet, even though they're just throwing clones at me constantly.
Yeah, it's fine. The cutscenes and dialogue.
Well, that sounds like a fighting game.
Yeah.
I mean, fundamentally.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, it's fun.
I just don't understand how we have all these characters that are together and interacting when they're all supposed to be dead for the most part.
Quiet. I do like this is not a spoiler.
Throw a halo over them and it's fine.
This is not a spoiler because it's talked about like in every review and everything. It's just kind of an aspect of the storyline is they recognize you as a player controlling the characters. Like they write that into the story that there's like a traveling soul, which is you possessing the different fighters.
Yeah.
And they talk about it and look at you and kind of break the fourth wall, which is a over explanation of video gaming, but I appreciate that they made that part of the story.
Yeah.
I was in the store buying a PlayStation Pro that day that game came out, and they were like, "You want this game?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine."
I think it's great. I love it, actually.
I'd be more interested if I was more into like fighting games as such.
I sometimes the action gets so hectic that I'm afraid I was going to have a seizure. Like when your character one gets defeated and the other comes in and they basically do the lockup. That at 60 frames a second will screw you up mentally. It's pretty crazy.
Get that old brain cranking.
Yeah. And it runs great. I was running it not at 4K, but at 2540 by 1440 or whatever it is. At 60 frames per second, it was running really smooth. It's really awesome. I'm good to go if you guys are. Don, you there? Don, you good?
I'm ready to go, but
yeah,
I'm good.
Okay. And Jared said,
situation normal then.
Assume it's running in movie logic. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to Tarantino this thing and just go from backwards to forwards?
What do you mean?
Well, if we Tarantino, can we do it like Star Trek? You know, the Star Trek trailers going around.
What are you talking about, Don?
I don't think there's a trailer for that yet. Is there?
No.
Someone made a original series
in the style
of Tarantino. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. That'll be one of those weeks. Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 556, and you are in for a treat. There's so much to talk about this week as we work our way toward Toy Fair. Maybe not, but it's going to be a fun show. With me this week, I have Chris, Matt,
hi,
Don,
hey,
Diecast,
Pizza,
Rob Clay,
hi,
and the Dragon Ball Fighters man himself, John DeLuna.
Yo.
Man.
Yeah, John is so suave, he doesn't need to be a Super Saiyan.
I'd take the hair, though, at this point.
I would love...
The drain in the sink is depressing.
I would love to see you with Super Saiyan 3 hair.
Oh, my God.
Does my hair count?
No, it's not yellow enough.
No.
Not yellow enough.
No.
No.
It can be yellow. I mean, that's pretty easy.
We know.
Yeah. Can it be 5 feet long, straight in the air, though?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Start working on it. We'll call you in 5 years.
So if you're not watching video this week, you ought to go check out the archive of the live stream, because Matt has a new shelving arrangement and it looks pretty boss.
It looks great. It really does. And I may have a new arrangement here this weekend, because I'm going to have to pull everything out so the cable guy can do some rewiring. That's going to suck. Yeah. God, that's going to suck. Basically...
It'll make your life easier, won't it?
No. Basically, I have cube storage, so the way that I'm going to try to manage it is each shelf or each cube is basically just all the crap in it's going to get thrown into a banker's box, and then I'm just going to one by one reassemble it later. Okay. So, hey, but guess what? Toy Fair. That's just a couple weeks away. What is it, the 17th? Saturday, February 17th. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be our annual live stream of Toy Fair. It's the biggest and most fun thing that we do each year. Diecast will be in New York, tweeting out photos, breaking news, asking questions about submarine modes, all that stuff. That wasn't at Toy Fair, but it might as well have been. So it's going to be a blast. Come join us. We stream starting around 12 noon Eastern time till, usually 5 or 6 o'clock. And then we do it all again the next day. And we usually on the next day talk about stuff other than Transformers. But it's like 85% Transformers on Saturday, and it's like 30% Transformers on Sunday. It's a lot of fun.
But the non-Transformer stuff does help sort of clean the palette and just give you because a lot of people collect other stuff, so it's sort of a nice,
And we don't.
Diversion.
Sadly, Bandai of America will not have a Power Rangers presence this year, though, from what I understand.
They won't.
No.
Interesting.
Well, that means no Shogun Legacy Shogun Zord.
I'm not sure if Bandai America is actually having an open event at all this year.
Huh.
It'll be interesting to see if there are any Pacific Rim 2 toys. That's coming up in, a month or so? I guess if there was, we'd already see them. Dang. But it'll be a lot of fun. And we don't actually talk about stuff other than Transformers as much as we used to. We don't do a comic show anymore. So it's a good diversion for us. So did anybody get anything this week? I did. I'm going to start off. Thank you very much for the Transformers the Best Laserbeak. It's amazing. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm super stoked about that. I'm considering leaving it in the box. I don't know.
I left mine in the box.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
But is that Pink Bumblebee?
Yeah.
Okay.
But having a Pink Bumblebee on my shelf also in robot mode would be pretty sweet. So I honestly, I'm kind of torn, to be honest. And I also joined the club, and I finally got Leader Class Optimus Prime and Rodimus Prime, or Rodimus Prime, depending on how you want to describe him. I haven't had a chance to play with him yet, but just based on appearance alone, I can see why people are not that crazy about Rodimus. He is not necessarily that phenomenal, but Optimus is solid.
Yeah, Optimus is really solid.
And that's all I have. And we've talked about those to death, but I just got them. Anybody else?
Well, I should have gotten something this week, but somebody. I'm not going to mention names because I wouldn't do that to Dawn, but somebody didn't mail me out my deck.
After the show last week, I sold Matt my Power Rangers Dino Thunder Red and Legacy Gold Ranger because he needed it more than I did, and it was just a really bad weekend, and I was late getting the stuff off. So I apologize to Matt for sending your. But it is en route.
Hold this over your head for years to come.
That's next week,
as opposed to everything else you don't.
Next week, I'm going to have Thermidor.
I have a funny story about that because I swear I ordered it from Hasbro Toy Shop.
I thought you mentioned that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know I went through the whole process. Now I can't find any email confirmation that it was ordered.
Okay, and did you look on your credit card statement and see if you were charged for it?
Imagine what his credit card statement looks like. It's going to be hard to decipher.
Yeah, and also last night I was looking.
The charge in English. He'll find it.
Yeah. And also I looked I went to look last night because I was seeing if Legend of Thermidor come back in stock because I've been checking off and on the last few days. Now their pages are gone.
I ordered from actually Big Bad Toy Store today had Thermidor up, and I ordered him off Big Bad Toy Store. It is a pre-order, so it didn't come in yet. But I mean,
it's in. That's where mine's shipping from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're gonna have to wait.
It is in pre-order status, but as so often happens with Big Bad Toy Store, they didn't necessarily get enough in at once to do all their standing orders.
Yeah,
that's fine. I mean, I don't mind waiting as long as I get one.
I wanted it pretty quick. I'm going to have that in Bludgeon.
I might have gotten one, but only if I could have got it before Eric Crownover. But since he's already got his,
yeah, I mean, who cares?
Wait, Eric got his? I haven't seen him post a picture.
He either got his or he will have it very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, his is coming from Europe. He said so.
Yeah, he was talking about it on Twitter.
Really?
So.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Why didn't he just get one from Canada like normal people?
So, Don, what did you get?
I got two things. Hopefully I'll have some more next week when my BTS box comes in. But I picked up today. It's not Transformers, but it's probably the only Ghostbusters 2 figure I will buy. Lewis Tully and the Ghostbusters outfit.
Vigo?
I am like the buzzing of flies to Vigo. He ignored me, so I put him back.
Is
on
there
the
a
shelf.
Yanish figure?
No, there's not. I was kind of wishing there was one. So, it's where the wave includes Lewis Tully, Vigo, and Wereback Ray in the black outfit.
Is there? So which line is this?
This is the
Diamond Select line.
Right? Is that a Transformers line?
No.
Oh wait, this isn't a Transformer. Who cares? Okay, Don, what Transformers did you get?
Okay. Well, don't listen to Lewis.
See, Don, while you're getting your next item, I'll say I also got some.
No, I got it right here. You can hold up.
I went to the grocery store and bought some butter and some lemons.
I got a roast beef sandwich and had that for dinner tonight. Does that count?
Yes.
Yes. Apparently now it does.
I added some avocado to it too, so I kind of transformed my sandwich.
Was it more than met your stomach?
Okay. It was more than meet the eye.
More than me. Okay, Don, go ahead.
I also picked up the last thing of Trinity Force Wild Hunter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is the last part of the third party Road Caesar. So I'll be looking forward to putting him together. There's a picture of the artwork there. Now, I mean,
why are you sorry, Diecast? I haven't heard anything bad about this.
It's TFC.
It's Road Caesar.
And besides, like, as I've said, if there's anybody that needed a new up to date figure, Road Caesar was one of them.
I've never heard you say that, Don.
Well, you don't
only a million times.
Yeah, but you don't listen to me anyway, so that's beside the point. So,
he's too busy sending you lowball offers on eBay, Don.
Okay, so I've yet to buy any of these overpriced third-party combiners, but if somebody does Raiden, I will buy it, as long as it's not crap.
Yeah, as long as it's not Masterpiece style.
Yeah.
Which it will be. So
no, as long as it's not crap. Like, if it's a decent one, I will buy it because I feel like I have to.
Well, I don't know about Matt, but he and I are both getting the Iron Factory Bruticus. And I got a feeling if Iron Factory tackled Raiden, that would be a definite... That would be a good size for a lot of people.
I'd want that.
So, I would buy that, yeah.
I would rather it be Combiner War sized, but I'll take that.
Yeah.
Consequently, I would also take it if DX9 did it because I love their Hulky Devastator.
Yeah, it would either need to be normal Combiner Wars Combiner size or Combiner Wars Devastator size. It'd have to be one or the other.
Yeah.
One size or the other. Okay, Don, was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
No coffee? No coffee this week?
I got tea. I'm trying to drink tea later on the evening.
Oh, where did you get that mug?
That's one of the ones that the people sent. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, you know me on names. This is one of the ones that was bought for me off Amazon as a gift from Amazon.
Nice.
Because everyone was saying, "Oh, you have no cups, you just have bowls."
Whose art is that? So, I can't tell. It's not Jeff Senior.
But if you look, it's not Power Master Prime.
It
looks like it in the chest.
Well, that's why I thought. Okay, I have no idea who it is.
I was going to guess Guido since he does a lot of retro, artwork for products, but his would be on model, so I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, I did.
Well,
all right. So I was going to say, like Don, I got stuff that was non-Transformer related, but I don't really talk about that here. But I usually do take photos and post them on my Twitter page at Diecast2.
Get that in there.
You can see I finally finished my Nightmare Before Christmas shelf. If you're interested,
why do you have a Nightmare Before Christmas shelf?
What's that?
Why do you have a Nightmare Before Christmas shelf?
Nightmare Before Christmas is awesome.
Yeah,
I have never seen that movie.
Me neither.
It just never clicked with me for some reason, and I could not even tell you why.
I think the answer is Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, but it's like a cult classic now.
I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and that's Tim Burton.
Yeah, there's just something. There's just something about Nightmare Before Christmas that just lacks a certain life to me or spark. I know this has become an increasingly heretical position, but it just there's just something about it that just never really worked for me, and like I said, I can't even describe it. It's just it just does not connect with me on some level. No,
I love it. I usually watch it every Halloween. It's kind of like a tradition.
It's a Christmas movie.
Cool.
Well, it's
both.
I watched Tombstone on Thanksgiving. It's not really a Thanksgiving movie. So, okay, what'd you get?
I got, and this is something I ordered a long time ago, but it was sitting in my pile of loot. I got the Shattered Glass, Masterpiece, Optimus Prime, and he's pretty nice. The box is huge, as you can see, so it's pretty wide.
I don't remember that coming out. When did that come out?
Last year, I want to say.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember it.
But it was on the Black Friday Big Bad Toy Store sale, so that's how long
Is that Hasbro Asia or was that a domestic release?
No, it's Hasbro Asia.
Okay, that's why I don't remember it.
But very, very nice. It looks really good, and I haven't taken out of the packaging, of course, but it really looks good in the packaging. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Ah, cool. Anybody else?
No Box of Town.
I got Monster Hunter World. That's a lot of fun.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
John, anything for you?
No, just video games.
Okay, so we weren't going to do it this week in history, but Chris found this, and I think it's worth talking about. Today, 14 years ago, the Energon cartoon premiered in the U.S. on Cartoon Network with Cybertron City.
It was a pretty big mislead, honestly.
I remember watching it because I had given up on on Armada about 22 or like after Carnival, whichever episode Carnival was. I had given up on it, and Energon was a chance to start over, clean slate. And the first episode, I didn't hate it, but I think
nobody did.
I think after about 5 episodes, I'm like, this is so much worse than Armada. And I actually stopped, I think, after about episode 7. And I never gave Cybertron a shot, which is unfortunate because it's actually pretty good.
Cybertron's okay. It's a lot more consistent than either of the other two shows. It's not like great Transformers or anything, but it's certainly better. And Energon had a watchable. Pretty solid month and a half, 2 months before it, finally showed that it was going to be Energon.
So
I just really got Energon. I'm stuck in season 2. Like I got through season 1 or the first. I mean, they break it into 3 seasons on Roku, so that's why I'm saying season 1, season 2,
gotcha.
Season 3, and like I'm into the second series of Energon on Roku, and I just it's been hard to get through.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be, and it's gonna be worse when you get to the third part of it too.
So I can't remember. Did the toys for Energon show up before or after?
I know I got Energon toys, like some of the first batch in like December.
Okay, so I believe then that I got them in October because they showed up at my local Walmart on the day of I believe it was our Apple Festival back home, which is the first Saturday in October. And because I always avoided town that day, and I'm like, crap, I'm gonna have to go to town. And getting the toys, that was a big deal. I love Energon, that line. Energon, I love it. And I just wish the TV series could come close to matching the toys. God, Energon was a great toy line.
I don't know if the toys are out in October of that year, though. 2003.
There was something that I was avoiding. It may have been a Christmas festival, but there was something
It could have been, because I know Walmart was getting those like stack bases of Energon toys in December.
Yeah, there was.
So that's where I pulled a bunch of stuff out of.
I remember actually. I lived in town, so I remember driving out of town, then do a big circle to get out of all the traffic, and I live in a small little town, but it was just so horrible to drive through during that. But God, I guess Optimus Prime was my first toy, if I remember right. I still have that toy.
It's a good toy.
Yeah, a lot of those toys really hold up. Some
I wouldn't say a lot of them do. Because quite a few of the Autobot toys do not hold up. The deluxe ones.
I guess the Legends class, which I mean now they're like deluxe size.
Well, it would have been basics.
Basics. The basics toys hold up really well in my estimation.
Nearly anything that doesn't have to turn into pants holds up pretty well.
Yes, as long as it doesn't say Power Links on the package, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not really fair either, because the Ultra class toys had Power Links.
They sure did,
and those were fairly consistently good.
Is it Red Alert?
Like I said, anything that doesn't combine with something else, that only combines with its own parts, is pretty solid.
Which means that most of the Decepticons actually do hold up too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Energon was a pretty good toy line, and even at the time, the Autobot Deluxes felt pretty good because they were doing something really different. There was a lot of play value in them. Snowcat holds up less good than most of the others. Diecast is showing that off on video now for our audio viewers.
Is that the only Energon toy you have, Diecast?
No. It's the only one I have on my desk.
Because you famously do not buy toys that are loose. You have to buy your toys mint and sealed box or new.
Yes.
And I just don't think you were buying Transformers in 2004.
Oh yeah, I was.
You was? Okay. Yeah, I didn't think you were.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't a completionist back then.
You're at that point. I guess you'd have been buying alternators.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was buying alternators.
Okay.
But I was buying Energon too. Energon, Armada, but I was very spotty with purchases.
At the time, I don't have them all now. At the time, I had every single domestic Energon figure. Every single one. I don't anymore. A lot of them may have been honestly thrown away. You know, I had a purge. Had a pretty big purge. It's funny though. Whenever people want to purge their collection, Unicron Trilogy stuff is almost always the first to go. Makes me sad. Okay, so this week, Toy Fair is coming up again, February 17th. And we always have an episode where we speculate about what's going to happen. I'm going to pull it up a little bit earlier onto the calendar this year, a few weeks out, just because we've been having leaks basically for the last few years. So we want to avoid that. We want to have speculation completely devoid of spoilers. So this isn't based on anything other than educated guesses. And I guess let me start off. What I really expect to see mostly is what leaked last year. So I was thinking about it. So we have everything so far as the Dinobots go. We have the first 2 waves of deluxes, or is it 3, that we've seen?
The Terracons would be finishing out wave 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what's left? Target Masters. I mean, so
Predaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know we're going to see that.
We know we're going to see that.
Predaking is a safe bet.
But we haven't seen it yet, so
we saw a piece of it.
Yeah. What about Optimus Primal?
Yeah, that should be there.
Yeah.
And we should see some kind of in hand look for Elita 1 on what she's doing.
I'm sure we'll get our first look at Battle Trap that Chris already has.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that Elita 1 could surface through one of the Asian sources in the next 2 weeks, and we would see it before Toy Fair.
When it comes,
there is every possibility of that happening.
When it comes to deluxe toys or that have the combining gimmick, lately we've been getting characters that are non-combiners that are now, made to be combiners. We had a lot about what the heck?
Don, I think that was you. You were lighting up.
Okay,
somebody's beating on their microphone.
I hope it was the microphone.
I was going to edit that out, but now I can't.
No, you have to edit out more.
Okay, so
characters that weren't combiners.
Do we anticipate seeing any of the combiners that are left? I mean, so wasn't Monstructor on the table?
But that's a 6-figure team.
It doesn't have to be. The Seacons could also be done. But the Seacons don't require all 6 figures to combine.
No, they don't. But Monstructor has a 2-figure torso configuration. So unless they do like a Titan class, like they did with Devastator,
the Dinobots, they have 6 Dinobots.
Titan class Monstructor.
That's not going to happen.
I would buy the hell out of that.
But they created a new Dinobot so that they could add a Dinobot to the.
That's not part of the combiner.
Yeah, she's a gun, right?
No,
she's not. Well, forget that. There's nothing holding them to having all 6 parts of Monstructor.
Seacons would be awesome if they did use Nautilator for a Legends class figure and it could transform into a gun. I would totally accept that.
No, all they would end up doing, I think, is making that a Prime Master figure, because then it has a gun mode by default.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That's the shortest path to getting that to work without having to
this team is
like a different engineering trick.
Yeah, this team is so G1. I don't know that they would do a 6-person combiner without, 6 deluxes combining.
Well,
they turn pretenders into Titan Masters, so
also
you work in what you can when you can.
Yeah. So I guess when it comes to combiners, though, the most logical one that we would get would be Piranacon.
Yeah, I want me some Seacons.
I want that in every single version of the. I want that in.
Then you could use your little Submarauder and Octopunch Titan Masters as guns.
That would be awesome. Yeah. I want that God Neptune color scheme. I want the Collector's Club.
The purple, the purple and orange.
Yeah, I want that in every single version. Off the wall, we've been talking about how we really want a Raiden, and I don't see that happening. But I think the Seacons have to happen at some point.
Eventually, if this goes long enough.
Well, what I would like to see would be G2 Dinobots as either a store exclusive, a set for the holidays.
G2 sets didn't do all that well, Don. I'm not sure how eager they are to go back.
And if they are going to dip into the G2 well, I would want them to prioritize the Protectobots.
Right,
I thought there was a rumor that might be coming.
Right, or if we don't see them as a set, we might see them as case fillers later on. I would like to see the Dinobots as the G2 colors in some fashion, whether it be as a set for say like BBTS, or whether it be a case fillers that we get them rotated in, throughout the line as well. I would like to see if somehow Hasbro was going to make Darkwind and Dreadwing into Buster and Hydra for the U.S. market in some fashion as a store exclusive, since they know there's a lot of fans out there for it. And
I could see that as maybe like a Mayhem thing, but since we know, we're getting Blast Off and Repugnus. Yeah, I don't think it'd be this year.
So that
we're assuming that Blast Off and Repugnus are for Mayhem. It's entirely possible that if
or collector packaging like RC and
that's what I was. That's what I was thinking. If RC and Grotesque, did well enough, or again, if these were planned for an abandoned collectors club, they may just have a whole, chain of exclusives they're trying to work through here.
So I would be fine with that. I would buy Buster and Hydra like that.
You ready to hit Hasbro Toy Shop while we're getting our toy fair?
So
now that you mention it.
So what off-the-wall character or team hasn't been touched other than a Legends scale partner? Reflector hasn't been touched.
Mm-hmm. Anything from Operation Combination.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking anything it was released in the U.S. for initially.
Well, then it wouldn't be so off the wall now, would it?
Dude, G1 had some crazy stuff.
We've already said. Teams.
Teams are
combiner
teams are anything. Like what hasn't been touched?
Well, we might see
Autobot Target Masters, for the love of God. I need a new Point Blank.
Don?
We might see that Wave 1 Jazz redone as Ricochet, if they still have the trademark to the name, and it comes with a Titan Master Shell partner, since it is a gun, colored like Nightstick. You could do that. You might have the Inferno that's coming out. You might have that redone as Artfire, possibly.
Again, I would see those more as like Takara Tomy Mall.
But I'm
since they have the actual Target Master molds available.
Ricochet has a chance for a U.S. line because we had several different iterations of that in our line, a decade ago.
But see, what I'm also saying is, if Takara is going to be using our versions, then maybe they're looking at things they can sell in both markets. And if Takara, it would make more sense for an Artfire and Stepper for Japan. I agree. However, if they're going to make that for Japan, then they could maybe find some way to sell it in the U.S. again as an exclusive, as a online thing for Hasbro Toy Shop. I'm just saying, looks like they're trying to find things they can sell in both countries off, this with the same set of decorations and stuff. So Takara could say, hey, we want this Jazz and this Inferno as Artfire and Stepper, and Hasbro could take a look at it and say, okay, can we work this in to our lineup? So
and
that
if
way,
they had a collectors club, yes, they totally could.
Exactly.
How many? Aside from Stepper and Artfire, how many Autobot Target Masters are there? 3 or 4?
There's
Point Blank, Short Shot, and Crosshairs.
Yeah,
there's 6.
Yeah, so you do Ricochet, you do Artfire, and then the 3 Autobot Target Masters, and there's your combiner team.
Ooh.
Well, actually, there's 6 Target Masters if you count the
Target Masters.
double Target Masters.
Nobody counts those. But
Scoop, Quick Mix, and Landfill.
Yeah, no, I like those toys, and I agree that that's something I would like to see. But I would expect they would probably have the initial primary Target Masters first. And
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is I would really like to see the Titan figures be moved up in speed, which I don't think is going to happen.
You want more than one a year, basically.
Yeah. What I would like to see is Predaking be available the day Toy Fair hits. Like, you can go on Hasbro Toy Shop right now and get Predaking.
Oh, that would be terrible.
And then I would like to see Unicron by
Christmas.
September. Christmas time. Yeah. I would love to see that. Just speed up those Titans for a little bit.
So Emotional in the chat echoed something that we've said several times in the past, which is Autobot X. I would so love. It would be hard to make it transform, I guess, but I would love an Autobot X.
I've been asking for a third-party Autobot X.
Why isn't that? Yeah, why not? Why haven't we gotten that yet?
No, well, now
we have a Nightbird, for the love of God. I mean,
we have an official Nightbird.
Yeah. Now it's nice.
Why don't we have an official bot?
That's what Sean Hamilton just said.
Don, go ahead. We're driving Don crazy.
Yeah. Now there was a company doing third-party Revoltech Transformers.
Oh God,
I've seen them. I've seen them all over eBay. They look pretty good.
Revoltech is third-party Transformers, technically.
Well, it's licensed though.
It's official.
Those were official. This is by some unknown company, but they do look good.
Revoltech?
So no, it's an actual third party company.
I remember seeing those at a Toy Fair,
and this might be a case of a
TFCon.
Yeah, and this might be the case of a Japanese toy show like day license. They might actually be licensed.
Yeah. Interesting. So what other obscure G1 stuff? Because they really focus on G1. I guess even late G1. I mean, they could have like Turbo Masters and stuff.
That's what I would love to see. That's what I'm hoping for after Power of the Primes.
Yeah.
I would love to see anything Euro G1 / G2.
So Thunderclash would be great.
Thunderclash would be great. Skyquake. We got the Skyquake mold years ago in Universe. King Atlas. I'd love to see a Skyquake.
I'm just afraid they would use the Rodimus mold for Skyquake.
See, that's what.
Oh dear God!
After Power of the Primes, what I would like to see the leader class be, instead of the evolution gimmick, have them come with transforming trailers, and you could get a Thunderclash, you could get a Pyro, and you could get a Clench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but they could actually probably do a passable version of Thunderclash off that Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, I hate myself for agreeing with that, but yeah, I think they probably could.
Yeah, and we could always get Ultra Magnus from the Optimus Prime with Orion Pax being slightly retooled and recolored as Dion. So we might get that as well.
Yeah, Minimus Ambus.
Well, I mean, they went with the Orion Pax. You think they would kind of stick with the same theme convention?
What else would they do, Don, for Optimus Prime?
Or Ultra Magnus?
No, but I mean, he's using the Orion packs as the metric. They're like, there's not really another option for Optimus Prime except for Orion packs.
Well, I mean, no, I mean they could have gone Orion packs IDW that looked like Optimus, but wasn't Optimus, but still looked like Optimus. I'm saying they went with the cartoon Orion packs. So if they went with the cartoon Dion, it would be in theme with the Optimus. It just seems.
Paladin saying Power of the Prime's Primal retooled as Beast Machine's Megatron. I'm trying to.
Yeah. That's a short trip actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can get G2 colors of Sea Spray and Beachcomber in a future, again, just as little homages.
So that you mentioned that Inferno, Don, earlier.
Yeah.
And that Inferno is a stretch. So an equal stretch would be a grapple based off of it.
If they use the Megatronia version from Japan.
Well, that's just Pyromagna.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's right. I forgot she didn't have any retooling on the attachment accessory.
Yeah, she was still a fire truck.
I thought she had a retool on that. I'm sorry.
Are there any Power Masters that are left untouched?
The Autobot ones.
We have
Joyride.
Yeah, we have Getaway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it would come. Well, it would come with a instead of being.
If they would just do a shorter shot, you could repaint that as Joyride. It would be close enough.
So they
forgot my Autobot Target Masters.
They've shown the willingness to go to Japan for inspiration, but I just can't see them going like crazy with like Micromaster combiners or anything like that. Or
I would be all into that Legends class figures that combined. That would be great.
They haven't done a great job with that as of late.
You forgot the Bumblebee movie stuff. We should see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll see a bunch of movie stuff.
That is so conventional diecast, but yeah, you're exactly right. We completely forgot about it. I wonder why. Because I don't care.
Okay, forgot's maybe a strong word. Ignored,
purposely avoided.
Okay,
but my in terms of what I think we're going to see at Toy Fair, just in general, I think we'll see Wave 2 of Power of the Primes and some of Wave 3, but not even all of it.
What about do we anticipate seeing anything that would be actually interesting from Authentics? So we saw the listing of product from the point of sale system from wherever it was, and nothing really seemed that interesting, so I don't.
So we probably actually will see Wave 3 of Power of the Primes because we've already seen almost all of Wave 3 of Power of the Primes at New York.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So the only thing left for them to show in that regard is Firestar and a combined Abominus.
Yeah.
And hopefully a what's the other Duocon, not Battle Trap? Flywheels.
Oh, that would be nice.
Obviously, Battle Trap is ready to show. We know we're going to be seeing that one. Flywheels would be nice.
Yeah.
I have a G1 Flywheels, actually.
Yeah, I have a couple.
I was going through a box, and I was like, what is... Oh.
I love Flywheels. I've had... My Flywheels is one of the few toys I still have left from a kid. Because you can't break it.
No.
That toy is...
Even Kilby can't break it.
It's also very hard to get apart once you get him combined.
Not really.
Mine is.
Okay.
Very tight.
Anything else? Do we anticipate seeing anything from Hasbro properties that we know and love other than Transformers? G.I. Joe's dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be no Mask. No Visionaries.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
No Micronauts.
Since the comic is taking off for Transformers Visionaries, maybe we'll see some Visionaries product this time.
You might see something at Comic-Con. We haven't. I mean, that's it. We saw a box set with a ROM figure and a set of Micronauts after the ROM and Micronauts comics started. Mask too. So yeah, you may get Visionaries in this year's SDCC box set, but
there was one in last year's box set too. So
Yeah, so, maybe they'll do... What would be interesting is if they were to do a box set, considering how... What's the word I'm looking for? Traditional, a lot of the characters in the Revolution box set were doing a set with the versions of the humanoid characters that were more faithful to their current IDW versions. That might be an interesting counterpart to the Revolution set.
Yeah.
But now we're speculating about things we will most definitely not see anything about at Toy Fair.
That's true. So Diecast, you'll see it before anybody else. If you see something related to, actually, you'll be tweeting it. I was going to say call me and let me know, but I'll see it from the tweet. If there's any G.I. Joe related stuff, which I would love. So.
Oh, you know what we should see for the Marvel? We should see the Avengers line for the Marvel figures.
Is it wrong that I don't? Is it wrong that I don't care?
I don't think it is.
Like, there's so little left from Marvel that I really care at all about. If I can't think of anything they could release that I would really want, like those Toy Biz carded things, I thought was awesome. I got 2 or 3 of them. I just got a bunch on clearance at Walmart for $5.
Nice.
And I got. I just realized I have a fidget cube in my hand. The Marvel and DC fidget cubes. They're the real deal, legit fidget cubes. They're clearancing off for $1 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Now, this is a topic coming up later on in the list, Brian. But maybe we'll see the 2 SWTF figures maybe coming over here.
That's something we could potentially expect to see.
Yeah.
I'm not really counting on it, but that is a possibility.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump ahead. So, one thing I failed to do between this week in history and now, I had a contest actually on Twitter for normally we give away toys or things that are related to Transformers, but I decided to give something away that's related to podcasts. So, spoilers, for Christmas, I got Kim a pair of earbuds, and she was like, I hate earbuds. So, she just said, she gave them back to me. She returned them. I never did. So, these amazing, I bought myself a pair, and they're great.
So you have a chance to win Brian's wife's unwanted Christmas present.
Well, this is true. These are Anchor Soundbuds Tag. Obviously, she never opened them. They're completely unopened, so don't worry about that. But earbuds. And I was giving them away on Twitter. And I love these things. These are great earbuds. And randomly, I selected the winner. And the winner is Lone Gamer 78. So that's Tiffany Wong. I'll give Tiffany an IM later on to let her know that she won. So... And Don, yes, Earwax would add character. He just put in the Skype chat, but these are minty fresh, still sealed, never opened.
See,
if we're giving away
fresh,
if we're giving away things Kim doesn't want, are we giving away Brian next week?
No.
Depends on what else he got her for Christmas besides unwanted earbuds.
I'm trying to think.
Well, he gave her his eternal love, so she's.
I have a bag of unopened butterscotch that never got accepted, so I could do that. But that's not really podcast or Transformers related. But congratulations, Tiffany, for the winning the earbuds. They're great. I love them. Okay, so let's jump again to the news. New trademark filed. Transformers bots.
Yep.
Okay.
Adds a point. Do you even need to trademark this?
I don't.
Apparently.
It's like I immediately think of bot shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be anything that charming.
No,
I'm kind of thinking this will be the successor to alt modes, or maybe even just alt modes with a more marketable name.
Those are those little vinyl toys.
No, those are the little heads with tiny transforming bodies beneath them.
The little vinyl toys are Tiny Titans, I think.
No, I was thinking the bots. Those aren't vinyl. I guess they're plastic. Okay, I guess they're plastic. That's what I was thinking.
Expecting these to be like Weebles.
We'll never get Weebles.
That would be an upgrade.
We're never getting those Weebles.
8 years later, I still want the Weebles.
What's that? It's a bot.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Diecast. You need to ask them about the Weebles. That can be your thing each year. Is you ask about the Weebles.
No, that's Brian's thing every year. He must ask about
Brian's not there though.
Weebles.
Yeah,
but Brian's not there, so.
I'll just tweet at John right now. Hey, John, are we ever going to get those Transformers? Actually, I think I will.
He'll tweet real quick. No,
why not?
Sorry.
But
and can you hold him upside down?
The only thing we know about the trademark is that it is specifically for toys and transforming figures, and is not listed for any other kind of merchandise or media. So this is probably going to be a very specific, like, little blind bag collectible thing, is my guess.
That would make sense.
So alt modes.
Yep.
It would have to be something little like that, because
it doesn't have to be. It can be anything.
Yeah.
But that makes the most sense with the name.
This is Optimus Prime Bots.
But remember, the bigger they are, the harder they clearance.
That's good. Okay, so sketches for Evolution, Rodimus Prime, Power of the Prime designs. I just wanted to include this because I'm always a sucker for design photos. And how is this? Oh, I see how it's different. This looks better than what we got.
Yeah.
So
obviously, the level of complexity this would have required to be replicated faithfully was beyond the price point.
So playing with it, I haven't figured out how to put the Matrix into Rodimus. Can you put the Matrix in?
Yeah, you have to put it in his stomach.
I mean, doesn't? Oh no, it comes. The Matrix comes separate in the package, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
You have to fold the hot rod half up, and it fits in there.
Okay, I'm afraid, so I'm not going to do
stuff
that right
it in
now.
his stomach, where the all matrices should go.
Feed me.
I'm awful hungry. Maybe that matrix will fill me up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'll break it.
It's fortified with wisdom.
It is fortified with.
I'm hungry for Transformer knowledge.
You know this. But no, if any third party would like to make this specific Rodimus Prime design and not in frickin' masterpiece size, that would be just great.
Yeah, it looks.
Hey, Iron Factory.
Hey, I remember the design sketches for a Megatron that went around too, where Megatron was a gun that fit into a larger tank.
Yeah, that's
somebody wants to look up that design sketch.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I have my DX9 carry, because there's nothing that's come close to that for a Rodimus for me.
Oh my God, Diecast!
I actually like Power of the Prime's Rodimus. He's just too darn big.
I like it from the front, but I don't like it from the back. He's a dump truck, basically, from the back.
Yeah, I can see that.
Man, I got him. Oh, hey, there it goes.
Diecast.
There it goes.
All right.
What's that?
Not in that mode, Diecast.
Oh.
Not a dump truck like that.
I was gonna say he's not that.
That's garbage truck mode, is what that looks like.
Yeah,
it kind of does. Yeah, hot rodded garbage truck. Just.
So is that like foreshadowing the retool as Wreck-Gar then?
Sure, why not?
I think I'd skip that one.
That's that Walgreens exclusive Wreck-Gar that showed up in the computers.
So
unless it had a Weird Al voice chip, then I would buy it.
Yes.
Oh, electronics don't fit in the budget anymore.
Exactly. That's why I feel safe.
Sadness.
Okay, it should be the small Wreck-Gar, since it would be this mold, would have a Eric Idle voice chip, and then the large one would have a Weird Al voice chip.
Oh, that would be the best toy ever.
It would.
And then there needs to be a secret button you can press where they talk to each other.
Yes. Yes, there does.
So there is
Congratulations, gentlemen. We just saved Transformers.
Yep.
So $135 for the Star Wars Millennium Falcon. So is this the old one?
No.
This is the new one.
This is...
Yeah, if somewhere on T-Formers is the story I did with the first run of these pictures that started circulating, and I put pictures of the old version for comparison, and yeah, they both separate into Han Solo and Chewbacca figures, but in terms of structure, they are completely different.
And I have the original. I have the original loose, and I have the original boxed, because that is one of the best crossover figures of any line they have done. I love that set, and I am very, very close to doing a pre-order on this one, because I haven't bought anything Star Wars in forever except for a rare Black Series figure, and that looks just phenomenal, and I want it.
Yeah, those are substantially different.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I like it, but I don't know if I would want to spend $145.
I don't own a single crossover, the Star Wars or the Marvel. I've had no desire to buy any of these. Just not my thing.
It's okay, but I would just want to display it in Millennium Falcon mode, and then I don't know.
Well, the thing is, for me, if Darth Vader is going to cost you about $60 to $70, and you can get this supersized Millennium Falcon, which is a pretty hefty amount of toy in those parts, it seems to me that would be a better use of, if you're looking at getting like a definitive, like only one figure of the line, this would be the one to get versus spending $70 for just Vader.
Yeah,
but I've got the first. I love the first one, and I as I mentioned, I've been Star Wars'd out for a long time. I just don't care. This is the first thing Star Wars that I have cared about in a very long time.
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. Okay, so
I wish it was a U.S. release, and we'd be able to pick it up on clearance prices.
Well, you can get it from on clearance prices from Big Bad Toy Store when they have it on clearance.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Depends on how much they buy of it,
Okay, so let's see what else we have going on. Ocular Max, Tempest, Unofficial Vortex. So we're getting another Bruticus, who's a big bad Bruticus. Except this.
I didn't realize they were doing a Bruticus.
We found out yesterday, I guess.
Supposedly,
yet another.
Supposedly something had been shown about this previously, but understandably, this all kind of runs together for me.
As I pointed out on Twitter, we now have enough. Bruticus is to form a basketball league, basically.
Bruticus.
And no, we don't need another one of these. I don't care if it is Ocular Max, who I like.
Yeah, I got to admit, this looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I like this one does something different too. I think it's different anyway, where the combiner fist is actually integral with the figure. It's not a later add-on piece.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know that I like it, but it's interesting.
Of course, that does kind of rule out any possibility of being able to Scramble City it.
Yeah. Oh God!
Unless they all have incorporated hands and the feet end up being separate parts.
Yeah.
I hope that works out better than Hasbro's attempt at that did.
Hasbro got better.
So we've asked this question before, but why?
Because people still
because there's money to be made.
At this point, is there?
Yeah. If the right company's doing it, and if it looks good, I mean...
Hey, Don, you have Orbitron. You buying this?
No. As of right now...
That answers my question.
Orbitron, though, is not very G1 cartoon
Okay, hold on.
accurate.
Diecast, you have Orbitron. Are you buying this?
Possibly. I need to see more.
There you go, Brian.
Yep. Oh, that's great.
I need to see more.
There's G1 Bruticus, there's G2 Bruticus. You could theoretically do both Ruination and Baldigus because their coloring different. Is fairly distinct if you go by the toys.
And you could do Desert Camo.
Operation Combination.
Desert Camo, Ruination, then the
Desert Camo Ruination is very close to Baldigus, so I think you'd want to skip that one, but the
Arctic
Urban Camo one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Battle Gaia. I mean, there's technically, I think, enough different variations on G2. Bruticus that you could have.
Yeah, G2.
I mentioned G2.
Oh.
Oh, and the Fall of Cybertron colors were also fairly distinct, so you could theoretically do one based on that deco. But like, there's enough different Bruticus colorations. A person could theoretically have one instance from each company if they all kind of like got on the same page with doing their redecos.
If they actually redecoed them instead of just, made new versions of them.
But, with Matt and I being the big Bruticus fans, we're both getting the War and Pocket one from Iron Factory. But I don't know about him, but I think for me right now, I'm just waiting for someone to do Battle Gaia, and that'll be it for Bruticus. At least unless I do something that's really just, I'm still waiting for mine. It's lost.
I would be so about it if Iron Factory redecoed theirs as Battle Gaia. Like, specifically, I think that's what I want.
There would be no question I would buy that.
Of course, that could turn up on Taobao at any time, too. I mean...
Diecast, be on the lookout for that.
Be on the lookout.
It's probably on pre-order already because it's funny. We did it. There goes my money.
Diecast, I probably already have that pre-ordered. I can't remember.
We did it. There goes my money. We recorded it Sunday, and I was like, well, we didn't talk about the Fans Toys aerial bots yet. And I was like, I know I've already pre-ordered those. And we went looking, and no U.S. sites have that up for pre-order yet. So my pre-orders were from Taobao.
So, Bumblebee the movie, a UK distributor called Abgi, however you pronounce it, have listings that point to a striker codename for Bumblebee.
Which we had already assumed was the case.
Yeah, but this makes a very strong case for it. I stopped just shy of saying it was conclusive because I'm not 100% sure that it is, but I'm pretty sure that it is. But the more interesting thing here is that there is a new Voyager codenamed Destroyer, and the SKU number does not match anything we knew previously. This is part of the movie Studio Series line, just to be specific.
Yeah. So who would Destroyer be? Would that be let's speculate.
That's not King Ghidra, right? That Destroyer is its own.
Yeah, Destroyer was a separate monster.
Okay.
Why would Voyager be a Voyager?
I don't know.
Why not? Why not? Okay. I don't really care to speculate about movie stuff. I don't know.
Neither do I. Let's move on.
Okay. Here's my one speculation. Destroyer is actually Nitro Zeus in an earlier body, and then we learn why he wound up being in jail.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Bumblebee movie. I really am. I'm excited to see a Transformers movie that's not directed by Michael.
Diecast.
Yeah.
Has there been a Transformers movie so far you haven't been excited for prior to seeing it?
No, I was excited for all of them.
Okay.
Moving on.
Mech Planet, Hot Soldiers, HS-13, dear God. Photos of an official third-party Legend scale gold bug figure.
Yeah, it's their Bumblebee with a new head.
Yep.
And it also comes with the Bumblebee head.
Mm-hmm. Did it have all the accessories before? Is that Sky Spy? What is that?
That might be new.
Yeah.
And a little
I don't know what all came with that Bumblebee, but
it came with the Ravage.
What all came with that Bumblebee?
It came with the Ravage. I just don't think it came with that other thing. Unless
okay, so the Sky Spy is probably a new piece for Gold Bug.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I think
his torso looks a little long though. For some reason.
It did.
It always has.
I don't think I liked the Bumblebee, but with the different head, it works better for me.
It's not in the show notes, but they do also have a prototype picture for Cliff Jumper, which I'm putting in the Skype chat right now.
Huh.
Oh, nice. We need a Cliff Jumper.
Which again,
that
it's
looks better
based
than
off
the Bumblebee.
It's the same engineering, but yeah, it's new parts.
It's the shape of the torso that makes it look better, though.
Yeah.
Still a long torso, but I mean,
yeah.
But the squareness of Cliffjumper as opposed to the roundness of Bumblebee just is more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And
it comes with a bazooka.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Plus, eventually, we can also get a hubcap out of this, and heck, they may even start doing what Impossible Toys did and giving us the Argentine colors.
Oh, nice! Cliffjumper actually fills in the gap in the back.
Yeah, I noticed that
because Bumblebee is very gappy.
Oh wow!
Very hollow.
Well, that doesn't bother me that much, actually.
I don't know. That kind of bothers me pretty bad.
Apparently, it bothered the designers. Apparently, since they have modified Cliffjumper's engineering to account for that somewhat.
Yeah,
but Don mentioned Hot Toys and Impossible Toys, and you know what happened to my all of my mini bots that I had from Impossible Toys?
I assume you set them on fire.
I'm pretty sure they all wound up in the trash.
Same difference.
Yeah,
fire would have been much better.
That's appropriate.
Yeah.
From trash they come, to trash they return.
At
trashes to trashes.
Yeah, at TFCon, I got them all on clearance for like next to nothing, and I got cheated.
I told the story before.
Impressive.
I got 2 of the Tetra Jets for free, and I was overcharged. And one of them was Sunstorm, so it's an orange one too, and I still feel that way.
Oh wow.
The other one was the Thrust, I think. I never even opened that one.
Yeah. I got those 2, and no. Okay. So, there's not a story up on T-Formers, but I don't think. But the new Action Toys, Machine Robo, Bike Robo with the Psykill face is up for pre-order.
Dawn was excited about this one.
Yeah, me too. And
I was, yeah.
And I've been seeing,
I don't care.
I've been seeing people like Walkie on Twitter who have this. How did Walkie wind up with one? Any idea? Is it just because Walkie's like Walkie and everything that they sent him one?
I don't know.
Probably got it from another seller.
Yeah.
Because the toy looks like maybe. Yeah, the toy looks like it's finished for the most part.
It's done. People have it.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the reviews go, so I mean, so there's probably, like you said, Robot Kingdom. I think it looks great. It's just I'm afraid that if they start doing a continuing Super GoBot line, it's like, well, do I get the smaller figure? Like if they do a character that I want, and then they do a super version.
I'm done with the Masterpiece line.
What if they do a Super GoBot Tux, Dawn?
They won't because it's Revenge of Kronos, but oh my god, that would be so awesome to get. I mean, it's like Blaster here. I'm calling him Blaster. I know he's Missile Robo, but this is a really, really good figure. I like him. Are you
sure he's not Billy?
Okay, that's good.
No. But and again, if they did a Super GoBot version of him, I would probably get it. I just don't want to double dip on small figures that I like. And then them not do and then they do a big figure, or hold off on the small figure. They don't do a big figure, then the small figure goes up in price. So it's like
the only one I really like is Eagle Robo. Like I don't like the Bike Robo that I have from that line.
I think that is a general perception of that first Bike Robo, and that's why they've done the second one.
I've never opened my Bike Robo.
Don't.
Well, that's one thing I've got coming, but it was on clearance when I got him. So, but I've got Eagle Robo because I kind of needed him for the whole the dichotomy.
I want the repaints, like the blue,
the green blaster and the navy or royal blue leader one.
Yeah, I would love to have those.
Yeah,
but with it being Revenge of Kronos license, I'm not sure if they can get away with that.
That's the one I
black and green Psykill
was too small. Like if they do a bigger leader one, I'll consider it. Just because, I mean, this was smaller than the original toy.
No, it's not. The original toy is much smaller than that.
The original
you're thinking of the Super
GoBots, yeah.
Diecast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because
the original leader one is like 3 inches tall.
My original leader one is beside of that one, and that one towers over the original leader one.
Tweet a picture of that.
Okay, well, it's across the room. I will.
Well, not right now. Just like tweet a picture of that for reference.
Yeah, right now.
Okay, if Matt says right now, go do it right now. Don, do the Amazon plug while Brian's doing that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll go grab it.
All right then. This week on Amazon, again, if you are looking to use Amazon for any of your purchases, we do ask that you consider using the TF Radio link from our main page, tfradio.net. We do get a little bit back to help us defray the cost of the podcast. Doesn't cost you any more. It does throw a few pennies our way to help Brian maintain, because this stuff ain't cheap. And as of right now, Trypticon is still $99.99. It says there's only 4 left in stock, and he does have free shipping. So if you've been putting off getting Trypticon, or Machinima's Titans Return just moved you to need a Trypticon, this is a good price for one.
tfradio.net/Titan Eater.
Thank you, Rob. I was trying to remember that. So, and also don't forget to check out TF Radio for all of your other needs that you might, diapers, formula, pet food, Miracle Whip, whatever you might need.
Also, there's tfradio.net/Massey Attack, I believe, which is the Don's Welfare Amazon wish list, where you can get him things like cat food, catnip, which Massey won't actually respond to for some reason.
Really?
He's strange. Well, Don, I've talked about this before.
Yeah, he'll eat it, and he sort of just like, okay, I'm done. Turns around, walks away.
My cat was like that until we got her some organic catnip, and for whatever reason, I don't know what the difference is, different strain or something, and that she just turned into a drooling, rolling wreck on the floor for. It was great.
It's organic, man.
I could see the potency of the organic stuff being higher than the regular.
Maybe
it's more pure. They didn't cut as much stuff into it.
So for people watching the video,
oregano,
and for people watching live and people watching the video, podcast listeners, and I apologize, I just tweeted out to @diecast2 on Twitter the photo, but here isn't.
Oh cripes, that's bigger.
Yeah.
I should say, oh cripes, that's small.
The Eagle Robo Masterpiece figure is so much bigger than Leader 1, substantially. Yeah, not even close.
I had a really big Leader 1.
You had the Super GoBot.
Yeah.
As has been mentioned 5 times in this conversation already.
I just don't know what a Super GoBot is.
That was
the one you had. GoBot. I mean, that's all. It was a parallel line that sold larger versions of mostly the same characters and also a few others.
Okay, all right, Diecast. This is a Super GoBot. This is Super Cooper. Okay?
I thought that was the laser rod.
No, this is Super Cooper from that's a Super GoBot, and here is Man of War from the regular line. Okay, you can see there's a significant size difference in a Super GoBot versus a regular GoBot.
No, I've seen a hot rod and a battleship next to each other before, Don, and that's a fairly accurate representation of their relative sizes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Okay.
tfradio.net/Amazon. Good job, Don.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. Let's see here. Rob, what's going on in T-Formers this week?
Okay, first up we have got the character bios that were added to Transformers.com for Power of the Primes. Also, we've got XP just posted a massive gallery for Power of the Primes Legends Wind Chargers.
Head bigger.
But yeah, it's a pretty good looking toy. I still need to get these Legends. The last couple of photos show Hey Mickey painted the helmet a slightly darker shade of gray, and it really does help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Contrast with the face, it kind of makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Also, for some reason, today was just Statue Day. Imaginarium Art had a whole bunch of new photos of things they're working on. A really large Nemesis Prime statue, and Optimus Prime in a new, smaller, that is 12-inch statue line. Also a G1 Jazz statue that I'm not sure which line that belongs to. And Prime 1 Studio just posted a teaser image that seems to be Jetwing Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen. So all of that plus a video review and in-hand gallery that for movie Masterpiece Barricade.
Awesome.
We talk about the base pieces on these statues, but I actually kind of like that Nemesis Prime one. That one's actually not like insulting as a fan because he's just like kicking a tank. Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of cool looking. Like, way to get one right.
So, Don, what's on the network this week?
What's on the network this week? There Goes My Money, episode 35. Ooh, that Overlord. Eric and Jason joined Diecast to talk Masterpiece Shadow Panther and movie Ironhide, as well as Mastermind Creations Colossus, Planet X Apollo, and the upcoming Perfect Effect Combiner upgrade for the power of the Prime Dinobots. Will they get it? No. Who combines Dinobots? That's insane. The same people that turn up submarines upside down. That's who. How was your weekend? Episode 28. Ways that you probably shouldn't approach abrasive people. On this episode, how was
Somehow you did not,
my friend?
Somehow you did not come up. I didn't even. I don't know how I forgot that.
It's because you're used to me.
I guess so.
You want to be my friend?
Play Mr. Rogers is XV. Okay. On this episode of How Was Your Weekend, Wendy and Brian talk about dealing with abrasive people. They also discuss strategies on how to avoid being an abrasive person yourself.
I was totally a jerk to a DirecTV guy in Walmart, and I talk about it on the show, and I feel bad about it.
Well, those guys are kind of annoying.
Well,
doing their job.
Yes, they are.
But it's like a telemarketer. They're just standing at a table in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah.
RPG Lessons Learned, episode 39. Demon Hunting at Level 20. D&D 5th edition. This week on RPG Lessons Learned, tired of hoping to get to level 20 someday? Dusty runs a one-shot Demon Hunter session and valiantly tries to challenge godlike player characters.
I'll tell you this, running 5e at level 20, yeah, it breaks the game. I mean, it's honestly anything over like level 8 feels like it breaks the game. But level 20, game breaking. But man,
that sounds like it'd be entertaining to do one.
It was fun. Oh my god. Oh my god, it was fun. And I played a wizard, and I never play a wizard in that. And it was a paladin, but I used magic, and I rarely ever use magic as a magic player. But I did a really great job. So, go ahead, Don.
No, I was going to say, in a slightly related note, IDW just announced they're doing a new Dungeons and Dragons comic, but sadly, it is not based in the animated series. So
it never is. It's never going to be.
I know. Because I asked for every year they were here. Every year they're at BotCon.
They'll never kill Venger, Don. They'll never do it.
I don't want them to. I want them to just have more adventures in the animated universe.
Like a couple years ago, I would have laughed at you and said no, but no, I agree. I totally agree. Hey, we should do an actual play podcast where we all do an RPG together.
So
I am so rusty.
I can pull off.
Okay, so Rob,
I'm not a nerd.
You're rusty. You're rusty. Matt's probably never
teach me how to play the game.
Yeah, so I don't like Rob. I think you would still be fairly far ahead of the rest of us, even in your out of practice condition.
In the last 10 years, I've learned all this stuff, and I love it. Go ahead, Don.
Basically, it'd be a live-action gauntlet, is what it would boil down to, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, John DeLuna can be the Yellow Brian needs food badly. Yeah, he can do the wizard voice.
I wonder if Dusty would run a game for us. Dusty's an awesome GM. Maybe not. Okay. Let's see here. You can find show notes for this episode at tfradio.net/556. If you're listening to this before, gosh, what's next? Is it the 7th? February 7th. Get your texts at at what's our number? I've already forgotten.
931-99 GoBot.
Yes, 931-994-6268. Usually I can rattle that off the top of my head. But get your texts and voicemails in because next week we are going to do a listener feedback show. We're going to catch up on that. And
of course, those of you who are live in the chat with us every week, be sure to start writing down your questions that you want to submit for possible answering on the show next week.
Yeah, so I think my favorite question that I ever got from the chat, Jim Sorensen happened to be in the chat that day, and he was asking us what our favorite Japanese Transformers theme was. And it's an easy answer. Well, no, World War Stop It.
I've got to go with Micron Legends first opening.
Okay, but I think that's my favorite question because I think because a lot of people have never heard any of those, and I think we can always turn people on to cool stuff.
So there's the Micron Legend first opening, and then Transformers Animated's opening, which is, as far as I know, the only Transformers opening to be done by Jam Project, which is an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, I've got that somewhere. I forget what it sounds like, but I have it on my computer somewhere.
It's magnificent.
I want to listen to it now. I'll wrap the show up with that. That'll be our outro theme.
Nice.
Yeah. I just got to dig it out. So let me write that down because I will forget to do it otherwise. Animated theme outro. Okay.
I understand, though. I do the same thing.
So you can find us on Twitter.
That's why when I was doing my podcast, I would be making notes during the course of the podcast because I would forget everything otherwise.
Me too. TSO, find us on Twitter at TF Radio, on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby and on the Instagrams at Brian Kilby, BrianKilby. Listen to my Happy Daily podcast, which I am having a blast recording right now. You can go to briankilby.com, and yesterday's episode was the state of the Happy Daily address. So that was a pretty good episode. And Chris is on Twitter at ChrisRTXV, and he's on Flickr.
And I'm having a blast not doing any podcasts.
Yes, and he's on Flickr at flickr.com/ChrisRTXV. Matt is on Twitter at Melvar. Yes, Matt is MELLLVARR, MELLLVARR on Twitter. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached at HMRC, the number 4 EVR on Twitter.
Diecast.
You can reach me on YouTube at RFC Reviews on YouTube. Go there, comment in the video, because then I'll respond to you, and that's the best way to reach me now. Or you can reach me
also, subscribe to the channel and hit like on his videos.
Yeah.
Yes,
or you can follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter at Diecast2.
If you say something especially inflammatory on his YouTube videos, I will often chime in and blast the person just because I can. I never do that, but I did once, and it felt really good. Rob.
I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flail-Throughs. I am also on YouTube at Flail-Throughs, and I have been particularly lucky over the years. I have some really nice, non-inflammatory people in my comments. So usually correcting me on some piece of Gundam trivia I have forgotten, but or never knew. But also, we're still working on the Game Gundam side stories. From what I've been told, I will probably be working on that for a good long time. Also, there is a new video up talking about a new trailer for Gundam Battle Operation 2 that came out last week, and some of the new things in that. And as always, you can see XV and my toy-related videos on YouTube at T-Formers TV.
Okay, so good. In the chat, who was it? You read up. Is it Jared? Said that is the outro for the Stasis podcast. So you know what? Go listen to the Stasis podcast instead. You can get the outro there. They're friends of ours, so go give them a listen, and that's how you can listen to the song. That way I don't have to play it and worry about getting like a strike for copyright infringement. So
there you go.
Stasis Pod. I think that's at stasispod.com.
I think he's saying that the second song on the animated single is what they use for the outro.
Oh, well, never mind then. I guess I'll have to play it.
A good runner-up.
I mean, there's Transformers Evo, which is the opening theme, and then there's Praise Be to Decepticon, which is just an insert song.
Okay.
Or a side B.
Well, still, go listen to the Stasis Pod.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he was referring to the same song we were going to use.
True. Hey, Jenny. Okay. Done.
And I'd say if you want a good runner-up song, you can always play Marionette from Car Robots.
That's a really good side B too. Midnight Cinderella.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That is a good one. Yeah, good.
I also really like the Car Robots opening theme, but I've always kind of liked Koji Wada songs.
Yeah.
Sadly, he has passed away in the last couple of years, and we won't be getting any more songs of his.
So we can get songs from John, though, right? John, how do people get a hold of you?
Bad John D everywhere.
Hey, you know what we should do? Is there...
see the album?
Yes. Hey, so is there cross-platform play on on Dragon Ball Fighters?
I'm not sure. There is on Street Fighter. I'm not sure if PC and console can.
If there is, we should play. Do you remember when we were streaming?
Sure.
You remember when we were streaming Street Fighter 4 on Twitch or whatever?
Yes.
Where you were kicking my butt? That was a lot of fun.
What a surprise!
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure. Dragon Ball is like a mash fest for me. So yeah, let's scrub it out. Let's just be terrible together.
Cool. Okay, so
look cool.
Yes.
Oh, we lost Matt.
We lost Matt.
We lost Matt a long time ago, actually.
And we're losing our listeners now. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
I should put Dragon Ball Fighters on the wish list because.
So Rob, you do like Monster Hunter World? I don't have time. I just don't have time to work it in, but I'm interested.
Yeah, it is excellent. They have it. I mean, it's still Monster Hunter. It is still very complicated and can be tough to get into, but they have simplified a lot of the systems, and it's easier to get into than it used to be, and it's so nice not having to control that with a 3DS. Even with the Circle Pad Pro, that was hand crampy after a very short duration, but I can play this until ridiculous hours of the morning without any problems. But yeah, it's excellent. It is time consuming though. I mean, some hunts can take like as much as 50 minutes, and I don't know that there's any way to pause it. So, you being a dad, that could be a problem for you, but it really is a great game.
This is about to be a pretty, depending on your tastes, a pretty busy video game month, though. So,
yeah,
this Dragon Ball hit, the big, huge upgrade to Street Fighter hit, Monster Hunter hit, and then who knows? I can't remember what's around the corner. Whatever is coming around the corner. I think there's some. Shadow of Colossus. That remake's coming out any week now. So there's a lot of gaming stuff all of a sudden.
I'm waiting for God of War, which is April 20th.
Yeah, and that's not far away, really.
Yeah. Not sure when it's coming up. There was also a video this week that I will probably end up doing some kind of commentary on YouTube for New Gundam Breaker. That's actually coming out in the US, and it looks good.
Yes. And I think Bayonetta 1 and 2 for the Switch this spring. I can't remember when that's coming out. That's another one. Anyway.
Also Dragon Quest Builders for the Switch, which that's a great game too.
Too many games.
Yeah. I picked Monster Hunter as my one because I can swing one, and I knew Monster Hunter would keep me occupied for a good long time. Also, a bunch of my friends from the Gundam group had it too, so
cool.
Kind of a natural thing.
Very nice.
Okay. Hey, we actually ran like an hour and 20 minutes.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, considering how little we had in the show notes.
I mean, I always ran my show to at least an hour and a half with almost nothing to talk about.
Yeah, but I am really anal about pushing things along, so
Whereas I'm just kind of content to let things kind of take their course. I find it's more interesting that way.
Speaking of your show, I've been trying to listen to some of the ancient archives, and Brian, some of the older stuff. Whenever you go to the RFC homepage and click on the old superhero times, actually take you to Ender era RFC episodes.
Okay, so
that's wacky.
Yeah, the early months of 2010.
So if I go to superhero time,
I bet you were both using the same numbering, date numbering convention.
Yeah, at the time.
It's hit and miss. It's every couple episodes will take you to an RFC instead.
Well, I just hope that doesn't mean there's a bunch of superhero time gone forever.
Oh, it's not gone forever.
Okay, good.
I mean, I have
because I'll
never re-upload them, but I have copies.
I have because I want to hear the part 2 of the Turbo discussion.
So you're way back in the archives.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
I needed something to do while I was putting stuff on shelf.
What's an example that which one are you trying to pull?
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it.
Because the way that because this is now a WordPress site where the old was Squarespace, and the naming convention is different. The way that because the actual name in the URL is Superhero Time, and I can guarantee you there's no episodes of RFC called that with the Superhero Time in the URL.
Yeah, I assume the problem is that it's calling the wrong file, the wrong MP3.
Oh, it's the wrong MP3 file. Then yes, that's that. Yeah, crap. Okay. Yeah, I can fix that. It's just I need to know which one specifically.
Like I said, there are a couple, but I'm looking for one specifically that I know of. And now I'm having trouble finding it, of course.
So, Chris, can you see all the white powder on this? What did
not this resolution? No,
that was.
Rob was saying something about the titanium.
Yeah, titanium
something.
Titanium white pigment can separate from plastic sometimes,
or it might be cocaine.
Yeah, it's entirely
possible. Or it could just be some different kind of mold release agent they use.
Cornstarch.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just very strange.
Brian. For example, April 20th, 2010.
Okay. Shut up. It totally is. Download 4.2. Yeah, that's the old naming structure that we both used. We had a different directory.
Which was fine. We had different directories. Yeah.
Now this lives in one directory.
So some stuff got overwritten?
Probably. I mean, I can fix it. I just, I'll need to...
Better you than me.
Or the other one is in there as, whatever the date is, parentheses 1.
And yeah, it's happened several times. It's hit and miss the first couple months.
Because the first couple months of Superhero Time, we were recording on Tuesday, and I think it was getting posted on Wednesday, so it was probably getting...
But yeah, I think I'm up until July, and I think I still just hit one. Yeah.
I will go through... I need to just take a day off of work, get some stuff done.
Yeah, like moving your toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, my vacation doesn't start over until next week, so I can't do that today. But I'll just go through and listen to every episode.
You just have to listen to the intros.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just hit play, and it'll tell me. Then I just upload.
Yeah.
It'll only take a couple hours.
Less time still than if I was doing it. Like, infinitely less time, because I wouldn't.
Yeah. And I'll have gigabit internet by then.
That too.
If you get all that stuff out of the way.
Yeah. So, Diecast, I don't think I told you this. So, you saw where I'm getting gigabit, right? But on Twitter, did you not see that? If not, no. Okay. So I'm getting gigabit internet, except for gigabit means 35 megabits up. And so, yeah, I know.
That's the correct face, yeah.
So I told the guy from Spectrum, like, man, I really care. I could care less about my download speed. What is important to me is upload. And he was like, exactly. So I think he misunderstood what I was saying. But
yeah, you probably thought you were excited about that 35.
Yeah. So, but Chris and I were
what's your upload going to be?
My upload's 35. Download will be a gigabit. But Chris and I were talking, and I'm like, yeah, I could get Google Fiber and have symmetrical if I drive 15 minutes down, if I move 15 minutes down the road. Well, I found out my friend Chris Staines, who lives like 3 minutes from me, has symmetrical gigabit internet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for $80 a month. And
you can move.
Hey, yeah. Brian, for those of us who are stupid, what does that mean?
Don, what's your internet speed? 1 megabit per second?
Speed, not capacity.
Well, I don't know. My last speed test was a 5 up and a 0.6 down.
So it's 200.
I'm sorry, reverse that.
It's if it was 5 down, it's 200 times faster than that. And so
fast.
Yeah, so
here it comes.
Oh, yes, hold on.
record.
I am
full screen.
I full screened. I full screened. Dag nabbit.
Give it time.
He knew he was being watched.
Yeah. He'll be back.
And you'll be sorry.
Yes, I'll be sorry.
Well, yes.
This is...
Okay, my favorite quote all night in the chat, Ultra Jazz said, "To my family, I am weird, but to y'all, I am normal." That is... That's exactly right. You are normal to us. We appreciate you. Let's see here.
Yeah, gigabit some fast internet.
So, but the thing is,
I'll have gigabit in probably 2 or 3 months because I'm pretty sure I'll have been here for 2 years, and Verizon will want to up me.
Good. So the fact that I'm not getting a faster upload, it kind of sucks. But I'm going back to fiber, which means that my ping should go back to like sub 10 milliseconds, which will be phenomenal. So, and I'm right now, this is being uploaded, and the stream and everything's been great. I'm uploading to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube with no problems. So I'll probably add, maybe, Ustream. Is Ustream still around?
Yes.
As far as I know.
I could also do Periscope. I did Periscope as a test before.
Well, Brian, just as a question for someone who doesn't know this stuff.
Yeah.
What about this Daily Motion? I know they're
a Daily Motion. That's what I was trying to think of, Don. You're exactly right. I could do Daily Motion.
They do live streaming?
Yes. And the latency on Daily Motion is low when it comes to live stream. It's like close to what Twitch is. YouTube is like people are responding to stuff.
YouTube's a minute and a half.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I would almost just abandon YouTube, except for the fact that
Don't I wish?
Seriously.
Did we lose Brian?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You stopped talking.
I was just reading. Periscope. Yeah, I'd like to do Daily Motion. I could also do Periscope. Yeah, Ustream is dead. Ustream is where we started.
Yeah.
Like in 2010.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ustream is still around. It hasn't really improved any over those years.
Oh boy.
I stream, you stream, we all stream.
Yeah. Let's see here. Man, I'm hungry again. I could totally go for a snack. I don't have anything cool. Otherwise,
might be a better.
Is that Alan?
No, that's Fans Project, I think.
Do you see all the white powder on the side of his head? Because I didn't wipe it off yet, so you can kind of see it.
Not with this resolution.
Yeah. What's
webcam's not good enough for that?
What is Fans Project's Springer called?
No, Fans Toys.
Fans Toys. Damn it.
There is no Fans Project one
yet.
There'll never be one.
Well, no, there will never be a Fans Project one.
Yeah, they could paint Browning 2 green.
They could re-release Warbotron Defender or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, they actually did do that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Switch.
Back when they actually made toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Other than entertaining people, and we are so very entertaining, do we have any reason to continue streaming right now?
I mean, we are delightful people.
We are delightful people.
Yes.
Like I don't want to like leave people wanting more. Actually, I do want to leave people wanting more.
As much as I hate to deprive people of our presence, I mean,
because I'm actually kind of getting tired, and I probably should post stuff before I go to bed. We'll give it a couple more minutes.
Good night, live audience.
Okay, good night, live audience. We'll see you next time. Hey, people watching live, we're very sorry, but we're going to end it a little early this week because I need to go to sleep.
Sleep is good.
Sleep is fundamental, Sif. So slowly, one by one, like normal, unlike normal, unlike normal, unlike normal, unlike normal. Okay, I can't do that. I'm just going to go ahead and gonna have to do this on my. You can't hear it, but there's a huge echo. So when I bring up, what I do is I send the stream from here on this computer to another computer, and then it retransmits it to all the different services, and then I log in remotely to that computer to manage it. But remember how I had the audio issue earlier?
Yeah.
So trying to fix it, I unmuted that computer.
Oh!
So there's a tremendous echo that pops up when I go into the remote desktop. So I'm going to have to go and do that manually. So, which is never fun. But hey, this is entertaining, right? So people watching live, very sorry. Very, very sorry. We'll catch you next week. Okay, I just muted. Okay, now it'll work. Yeah, I know. Bye, people. So I'm going to see people off one by one. First people going will be Facebook. Bye, Facebook. Hope you have a great night. Next people going, Twitch. Twitch, we love you.
Hope you have a happy day.
Bye, Twitch. And people watching live on YouTube, see you.